Welcome to CreatorCast. You know the deal. I'm Benon from Gives a Minute, my channel. I'm located in Culburra Beach on the south coast of New South Wales. Today I am joined by the one and only Mr. Daniel Black. Danny, how you doing, buddy?
Daniel Black. All right. Okay, Dad.
I love Daniel. I love that word. I love the way it just rolls off the tongue like that. It's beautiful. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Queensland. It's actually a little bit hot. I think I might jump in the pool, which means summertime is coming. For gearing up for some cold weather.
Absolutely. Now, I just have to alert everybody that we did drop the stream momentarily. Oh dear, this does happen from time to time. Fingers crossed it won't happen much more today on the stream. Danny, you've found a channel that very, very interesting channel, more so a live channel, which is all the rage right now. So I'm pretty excited to see who you've got up your sleeve there. Who have you met online recently, and tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, so I feel like I don't even remember how we met, but I feel like it was through maybe No Small Creator or something. And I just saw them live. I subscribed to them. They've subscribed to me, not like a sub for sub, but just kind of like supporting each other's channels. And then I saw them live one time and I just jumped on and they were having this great time on a Google Hangouts. And I was like, hey, can I pop on and just chatted with all of them? And they all seemed like super nice people. And before we introduce them, I also want to say, make sure you go over and check out our Facebook group, CreatorCast groups. Link is down in the description. And we're doing a lot of fun stuff there, collaborating, all that kind of stuff. So, and also with CreatorCast, I mean, we've had some great guests in the past, Cody Warner and A. Joe and Gina Walters and Charles Marlowe and all these cool people. So I'm excited to bring these people in as part of the guests. Yeah, so they're doing a lot of live stuff, and I think that they should tell us more about their channel too.
With that said, let's bring on our guests from Montreal, Canada. Welcome to CreatorCast, PUSA Studios. How you going, guys?
Good. Thank you for having us. It's a real honor, guys.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Now, gearing up for the cold weather.
It's cold.
As you can see, you're starting to get ready for winter.
I'm the same, actually, but we got summer down here, and this thing's getting a little bit annoying.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So you guys have a channel called PUSA Studios, and we're talking to Andrew and Ksenia. That's correct?
That's right.
Well, welcome down. Tell us a little bit about your channel.
Go on.
You go.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you once again for being here. We're a husband and wife team out of Montreal. We do videography and photography, and we also have a live stream. We do 6 nights a week. We do interviews. We do shout-outs. We do TikTok Tuesday where we discuss everything on YouTube. We started off our channel using it for my cinema. I do most of the cinematography, place to showcase what I couldn't do for customers. But it kind of took off in our live stream. No plans of being in front of the camera, and the rest is kind of history with us, and we've just kind of grown and changed direction. It's been a lot of fun.
Very nice. Awesome. We are hearing some issues from the chat. Fingers crossed that we can get through this without too many hiccups. I can't hear any echo. Is anyone else reporting an echo? Can you guys hear an echo?
I don't hear an echo, but
I don't hear an echo. No.
Okay.
I just checked all. Make sure we had everything volumed off in case, but yeah, we have everything.
I don't hear any echo.
Okay. If anyone else can hear an echo in the chat, just please let us know. We did drop some frames there. That's an issue that we're going to have to just put up with. I thought I'd resolve that, but it turns out I haven't. My apologies.
Hey, PUSA, do you guys experience technical problems ever?
Oh yeah. All kinds, shapes, and forms. We just upgraded our internet, which is a lot, but they didn't offer anything for a while. So we finally went live to 300. Wow. It helped a lot, but we still get dropped sometimes, and this is all part of it.
Actually, once we had to cancel the whole interview with Nightshade because we just couldn't get through technical difficulties. So it happened.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Mate, I've been there so many times.
Is that happening now?
It's super frustrating for me. You said you have 500 and 300. Is that 300 up? That's incredible.
Yeah, 300 up, 300 up, 300 down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
But it's brand new.
Would love to have that here.
Well, let's see if we can quickly resolve these issues because they're saying there's major echo. Mark and wrote to me. Is there anything on the OBS side of it where it's like you have two faders? I don't know.
Not that I can see here. Maybe if I kill this, but then that's going to kill. I mean, PUSA Studios. Can you just give an audio cue there? Just give us a bit of a chat.
Yeah. Hi guys. That's amazing when you have to talk when you have to. And now I got brain freeze. But it's nice to see all these amazing people in the chat. This is really awesome. I'm looking through lots of faces I know and some new ones. It's a great mix. So if you haven't met us yet, it's a real pleasure. I hope you guys can check us out as well.
I feel like I think that might be a good idea. At this stage, I'm not 100% certain why the audio would be doing what it's doing. I don't have any resolution for that. I can see I can see all the audio waves, and there's one from each of you, so it shouldn't be doubling up at all. And I'm not sure. Spencer Entertainment TV seems to be saying that the stream is frozen, but it's not. So technical. Yeah, when is it going to start? Hashtag tech is hard. I don't think can anyone, no sound from the guests, see? So what? While you do that, just continue to chat there, guys, and we'll see if I can resolve this audio issue.
Yeah.
All right. Xenia, you're good at chatting. It's your floor.
Yeah, I'm good at chatting. That's right. Well, everybody wants always to know what is our channel, pronounced and what is the name for. So I thought maybe you can tell about that.
Sure.
So it's PUSA Studios, and Andrew came up actually with the idea. It's made for the tribute to my mom, who unfortunately passed away 5 years ago. And it's the name of the village where she was born, which is around 50 kilometers from Russian border. And the name of the village is PUSA. So therefore it's PUSA Studios.
Very nice.
It's actual place in the map.
And it was also neat because a lot of people don't know that, but in the province we live into, it's predominantly French, and they're very particular about it to the point we have French police. And I thought it was funny to take the accent, because the roof over the S in Latvian is the opposite of what it is in French, where it's usually the other way. And I figured it would catch a lot of people's eye thinking it was a spelling mistake. When I correct it, that would give us more coverage. So yeah.
Sneaky little devil.
Yeah, I have a background in marketing and that kind of stuff. It's worth it. Like even our name to pronounce it. I love when we go into a new channel and the live stream and they spend 2 minutes trying to say our name. I mean, that's advertising you can't buy.
There's method to that madness. That's awesome.
There is. Yeah. It's like, hi, James and John and Pooh. They're talking amongst each other. I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. Yeah.
Now, I just have to say, I have fixed the issue. It's user error. It was my mistake. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of NDI plugins into OBS. Are you guys using them to use Skype for interviews?
No, we use Zoom actually.
Okay.
And then just do a window capture that way. Gotcha.
Okay, well, I made a complete error there. When you're pulling an NDI source into OBS, you get multiple streams from the same source, and I had multiple streams of Danny and multiple streams of you guys, so I killed them all and just left one, and I think we're good to go now.
Yeah, I was looking at it before I made that other thing, and I was like, wait, this looks and sounds really good. Like, what is everyone talking about?
Well, having gone through that hashtag tech is hard, I feel like we didn't give you guys justice enough at the beginning of this. So can you just explain your channel again? Because I feel like we lost that part.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
And the description is down in the description is down in the description. The link is down in the description, so make sure you check them out.
Well, I feel like we're on our own show. It's the exact same feeling going on.
Every live stream we started, there is some kind of excuse why it's not going the way it should be, why we're late, or something is not working every time.
I wish people knew that. Like, people need to know the behind the scenes of these things. Like, it's
this makes me very happy to know I'm not the only one here.
Not
my
in the
God.
least.
You
I
should
tell
see the
people,
beginnings
like,
of our...
what we're doing right now is a monumental feat. We're broadcasting worldwide, and most places you'll see a whole list of production crew that help make that happen.
Yeah.
Very true.
We're doing all this like you guys, right on our own backs, our own producer, our own casting, our own director, our own cinematographer, all these things combined into one. It's a lot of hats.
Very, very true. Very true.
But it's
Sorry,
the
I got off
future.
topic. It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, even 5 years ago, you couldn't dream of doing it on this scale.
No way.
It's unbelievable.
I feel like in the next year, it's going to be so much more popular in the fact that we're working out all these kinks right now. We'll be up there better on, like than everyone else just starting it.
Definitely. We're frontiermen right now, and really, in the truest sense of the form.
Well, I was just reading actually the latest statistics, and Twitch so far has been the biggest live streaming place, so to say. But actually, YouTube is stepping on its heels, and it's around 15% of the content now. It's live streams, which is really, really high. I think last year it was 10, so it's going exponentially every year.
Do you think that Twitch held such a large percentage of that because of the gaming world, or is Twitch now also branching out? I know they tried to, but is that still running? Or
they're trying to catch up, but it's not the wide range of audience. They're trying to reach out for more creators to do it of different genres besides gaming. The problem is still mostly there's a lot of gamers as viewers there. I mean, they want to grow it out, and it is starting to branch, but it's not at the expense, not in anywhere near the growth I feel that YouTube is doing with its live streams.
Yeah, and I think also not many creators that weren't gamers were really live streaming as a content, so to say. There were here or there live streams, but it wasn't like a content. For us, our live streams, we call it like a talk show, morning talk show in the evening. And it is a content. Content doesn't have to be just a video. It can be a video, but it can also be a live stream. The same as, this show has been recorded in front of a live audience, kind of like that.
We get that sometimes. That kind of bugs me is, because we did cinematography, and I still do it. There's just only so many hours in the day. We live stream 6 nights a week. Once you bring guests into it, it's a 40-hour week for, let's call it little pay. Wow. Then you bring family and all these other things.
Wow.
And I feel as creative with my live streams as I do with my cinematography. I want to up my game all the time, learning new techniques, refining it. I don't want glitches. I mean, you know what I mean? I want my OBS looking more streamlined, adding more things. It is. I feel just as creative with that as I do when I'm sitting down and doing a new video.
I'm the exact same.
And now, are you doing this as a podcast as well, right? Like you record everything and then throw it into a podcast, or is it just YouTube?
We're turning it into one. That's the next plan.
It's underworks.
Yes, that's right. Once again, enough hours a day, but it is definitely going to become a podcast for sure.
So looking at your channel, you've got a subscriber base of about 4,000 there. You've got so many videos. What, you just said you're streaming 5-6 nights a week. Is this that is an incredible amount of content to be pumping out. I'm looking, these are not that long ago, what we're looking at right now on the screen. How do you find the time to start with? Is this a full-time gig for you guys, or are you just absolute workaholics? Yeah, okay.
It's a grind, and especially the interviews. We were supposed to start again in September. We literally put them off to October because we just couldn't give them the attention they need. And interviews take a way more work. Booking, you guys know as well as we do, you're not getting paid to be on it, so there is cancellations at the last minute. Deal. I've seen us have to go onto live streams and just ask somebody right there so we get a direct answer. We had a cancellation. Can you be on tonight? Excellent. Okay, I'll get you in, just so we wouldn't lose the slot.
We started on the 29th of March, our live stream.
Wow.
Yeah, as a celebration of our first 1,000. And we did here and there. I think it was first 3 streams. We just were chatting. And then, know how long we can just chat by ourselves. So we started inviting guests, and people seemed to like it. So we jumped on it. And And ever since then, except for the break in summer, we have been on for 6 times a week. Yeah. And now we have more diversified the content. We have shout out streams where we spin the wheel and get promotion for the videos for the channels. We have Tuesday Tech Talk where we talk about YouTube.
Like a YouTube think tank for 3 hours.
Everybody asks questions, everybody talk. Like it's not just us talking, everybody submit their ideas. And we have guests 3 nights a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Guests 3 nights a week.
I on your last one, you had 4.5 hours.
That was a marathon.
I was watching the whole time. Like I had it on in the background while I was doing some editing, and then I'd pop over and write a comment every time. Like a question would come up, and I'd feel like I knew the answer to it. And it was just 4.5 hours went by so fast. I was like,
yeah. 4.5 hours is hard to stretch out.
We lost track of time yesterday.
Yeah. A 4.5 hour live stream is incredible. I'm really envious of being able to do that. I mean, that's a perfect time length, I feel, to get right in and
well, once you get past the technical problems of the first part of it, then then you start getting comfortable with it, and then people start writing comments. And I do notice on your channel, I think it's funny that a lot of your fans, they'll say, I got you, like I'm subscribed to you. It's kind of like, I don't want to call it sub for sub, but the problem is our friend Mark Insby, he was on there as well. And he was getting he almost got to 500. He was about 2 away. I think he got like 16 subs from them, and he subbed to everyone back. And then like later that night, he lost like 11 or something. And he was like, what happened there? Now he doesn't even remember who he subbed to, so he can't like unsub them.
No, and that's not really them doing that though. That's more just YouTube is cracking down, and it's happening in a lot of channels now. What they're doing a lot of times is they're kind of doing a new audit, and they'll look at it. Okay, you got a new sub. Say you subscribe to me.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying, okay, well he subscribed to you. He's new. There's a guy that hasn't watched you in 3 months. He's out, and they're replacing them. Huh. B, if you get a big surge, sometimes they'll just say, okay, well, we're watching them out, and that doesn't count. And the big surge can be 5 or 8 or 15 and that stuff. It's usually, if somebody doesn't like your channel, it's more work for them to go back, try and find you and unsubscribe versus just having nothing to do with you, moving on to the next one.
Yeah, it actually very small percentage of people actually pressing unsubscribe. What happens also that we do encourage as much as possible to go and actually check out, like leave a comment, watch the content. But lots of people do press and they don't, it's just a couple seconds they have been on the channel, so it doesn't really register.
Yes.
It registers, but it doesn't, and that's why
that's interesting.
Way, right? So if you go over and you want to subscribe to somebody, at least watch something because it's just not fat. It's not fat. It's too fast.
So YouTube basically probably stopped that and not. So it wasn't them unsubscribing after the fact. It was just okay.
No.
It's auditing you a lot more. Same as your views on your channel. You guys are doing live streams. You're going to probably notice more and more, especially start picking up. You're going to start to lose some after 3 days. Say you had 1,100 views, what's going to drop to 1045. Or because they're starting to get more tougher on taking out the ones who just kind of lurked in and took off. They don't count it as a real view.
Yeah.
That time length is getting longer and longer. But we look at it kind of, a lot of people are upset about it, and it does suck. Nobody wants to see numbers gone.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. We hit 4,000 on Sunday. We were at 3963. Everybody comes to our rescue. And like, we didn't even ask for it. The next thing you know, within 20 minutes, we're not at 4,000. We're at 4,031. They took us that far in 40 minutes.
Huh. Nice.
Wow.
And by the end of the live stream, we were back down to 4,000. We lost 31.
Yeah.
Because people were using triple accounts and stuff. And I know they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. But in the end, it's going to make a better playing field for everybody. And we have to start looking at it that way. That not always making it like a negative that doesn't want to make us involved anymore. Look at it as for the ones who stay with it, how much more you're going to profit from better views, more representation of what actually is following you, actually who's watching you.
Yeah. I agree. I think that those kind of subs that come in to help you to achieve a number, it's almost like I'd rather not say I'm close to a milestone, come and help me. I'd rather just keep doing what you're doing. And when you get to that milestone, you'll get there and everything will be happy and fun. But if you get this trajectory that just jumps right up and then it's going to jump right back down, it's not really helping anybody except on the instance like this, where we need 1,000 to be able to monetize this channel, that would be pretty cool to just jump up and then whatever. But
and then after that go. But you're always going to see that. And I find, like, I agree with the monetization part, but there's kind of been a gold rush created through all of it. And people are starting to lose that perspective that you need that even way past it. It's a normal want to grow. Like 1100 to 1400 was the worst time we ever had in our life because we were caught in purgatory. Anybody under 1K, I would go into a channel and be, oh, I subscribe to your channel. Oh, I love you. There'd be like 30 of them, and I get maybe 2. They were lying through their teeth because they say, oh, they're over 1K. They don't need no more help. They don't need anybody watching them.
Yeah.
You know, it was like you reached a pinnacle. It's like, no, we're just getting started here. And the bigger ones didn't want to look at you because you were too small. So it took us weeks and weeks and weeks. I couldn't beg for one, even if I had tried.
Did you say you started streaming in March, or you started the channel in March this year?
We in February 20th, when the apocalypse hit, we had 42 subscribers.
Right. So that to get to 4,000 in 8 or 9 months, that's kind of commendable.
That's really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that upset with that.
No, and I'm not. I mean, we're happy, and that's the thing. Like, you know, that's because you do see it once in a while, and the odd person comes in and says, you know, oh, this is sub for sub, but really, we're holding about a 33 to 39% ratio in watch time versus our subscribers, which is a way, way, way higher than a lot of channels are supposed to get. Usually 10% is kind of the, you know, if you're holding 10, you're in the good graces. And the whole trick of it is to keep lots of good content coming out, how to fix your channels, what to do, not just saying, oh, check this guy out, check that guy.
Yeah.
Because like
cross-dressing is probably a big thing too, right?
Oh my God.
PUSA. So Andrew was dressed up as a chick for the Halloween episode.
Classic.
He could barely see anything because his eyelashes were so thick. It was actually pretty
I was blind.
That was a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence.
That won't be happening again.
Let's see. I feel like I want to sub to your channel just to see this happen next. You know, I don't want to miss that. Notifications on.
Okay, then I'll do it.
Hey, I think we're about 10 minutes in. I think this is probably an apt time to run your channel trailer for those who haven't seen it and who haven't been on your channel. So let's just have a quick squiz at that, guys, and we can talk over it if you wish, or we can watch and enjoy. But either way, this is the PUSA Studios channel trailer. I mean, it might not be technically a channel trailer. Wow, that audio is really loud.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Ah. And
Taking
the
a
internet's
break from
dying.
all your worries, sure would
Oh, this is terrible.
help a lot.
You know what?
Wouldn't you like
I've got it set to 4K. That was probably the wrong move. I'm going to just dump that back.
to get- Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Yeah, I think that it's makes you not want to miss out. Like if I see that you're live, I'm gonna go click on it and say hi, even if I'm busy.
Over that roll of your channel trailer, no one could hear your voices.
Okay.
This is why we have this channel, and we don't do this on a 4,000 channel.
I'm really sorry.
So we can make sure that we iron out all these details.
No apologies, guys. We're enjoying our time here. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out to talk to us.
That we have, I have not resolved my internet issues at all. We've dropped so many frames throughout this stream. I have to get back on my roof.
You were streaming in 4K.
No, I wasn't streaming in 4K. I was trying to play their video in 4K to give it all the glory it deserved.
Oh, that's what. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, but what I've got, just so people understand what's going on, I don't have I don't have a cabled internet. I've got mobile satellite internet or tower internet, cellular, but my antenna on the roof doesn't face the tower. It faces out to sea. So I've got to get up and get a higher antenna, because that's obviously why I'm losing still, I think, anyway. But apologies.
Yeah.
You're all right.
No. You guys are doing great, guys. You guys are really personable. You're fun. I can see right away why people gravitate to you.
I would love to know. By the way, MU Music.
Yes.
They're awesome. They're in the chat. Great music. I use them on my videos too. Mark Insby's in the chat. Hendrik, Shiloh Rose. Ben Wilson, although Hendrik said he's getting on a cruise ship and he's still watching. If you're watching, let us know. We'll give you a shout out. One question I had for you guys, and I saw you talk about it, but then it sounded like you didn't want to talk about it. For some reason, I felt like maybe you could talk about it here because it's not going to hurt your channel. But you went off. You got screwed over by the YouTube strikes, and you weren't allowed to stream for 90 days. And you got that resolved. Is that something you can talk about on here?
Sure. Yeah, no, that's no problem. You want to take that one, huh?
Well, unfortunately, sometimes doing YouTube, you got to deal with some drama and trolls and so on. So what happened, we got a community guideline strike, which was basically, as it was told us afterwards, that it was falsely flagged by somebody. But at the time we didn't know, so we got the ban for 90 days. And
well, the video we got it done with is what we did is say you were going to be on, Danny, tonight. We'd always, and we make that same thumbnail for everybody. We put up a 1-minute video with your thumbnail and the music playing to notify everybody on YouTube, our followers, who was going to be on. And it got flagged as community strike, inappropriate spam, blah, 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 blah. And we found out that. Sorry, I just want to explain which one it was. I realized you take over. I'll be
No, I was doing the condensed version of that. So we didn't know what to do, and we turned to Gator, which was yesterday's guest, Gator the Legend, and because he was a bigger channel and we have been in touch with him before, so we thought like maybe he knows what to do, and he kind of spearheaded the whole campaign of messaging YouTube and doing the tweets, and all community stood behind us. Basically, there were 200 or something retweets and original tweets and likes, and basically pleading for YouTube to reverse the decision. And they did. Actually, they did. The next day, I think, they did reverse
14
it.
hours,
14 hours. So what ended up being is that somebody flagged us, being somebody, troll or somebody who didn't like us, flagged us. And then I think 2 weeks later it was again.
3 weeks later.
3 weeks later it happened again with the same thing, and again community guideline and all that, and we did the whole thing all over again. And at the end, the rep that you get when you are monetized, like she said, it just was falsely flagged by somebody, and AI did automatic ban, but once the person got it reviewed, they said there was no problem.
The problem was why I mentioned the 1-minute video. Like they said, it's not that we did anything wrong, but it's an easy thing for people who don't like you to flag you. It's kind of an easy target, because then the AI looks at it, sees a stagnant image, and bang, oh, this is spam, and it doesn't question.
So it was a video of a thumbnail with no movement, just.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
It would be Danny's picture. Like I say, the thumbnails we use, it would just be the bigger one.
Like a minute.
And we checked the guidelines before we do anything, and we knew we were fully in the right.
Yeah.
Like she said, you could do it, but get ready. You're going to be getting a lot of these. Like, it's going to be the same story.
Yeah.
So my opinion is just to stop. find a new way to tell. And I said it's awful because you want us to treat it more like a TV station. You know, they want us to be on time. Scheduling is really favored on YouTube, and we're actually promoting within YouTube to watch a video on YouTube, you know. And she said, I know, but it's just an easy target. So the AI has no conscience. It's either right or wrong, and it will always side on caution.
We have been going through a lot of these, I don't know how to call it, trolling or drama, or so to say, people that maybe don't like what we're doing, and there have been off and on things that have been going on with us through this time, and sometimes it seems that we have been on for years instead of a couple of months.
I feel weathered miners at some point, you know.
The hard part about live streaming as well is that when you're on for a long time, you know, people can stumble upon your live stream because it just shows up in a recommended who's live now or whatever. And then you just get these random people, and they're just like, "Oh, I don't like these guys," and you know, they're cross-dressing and whatever, and just big thumbs down. I have a big problem with the thumbs down button being like anonymous. You know, I think that if someone's got the balls to do it, they should be able to show who they are, and and then I think that would solve a lot of issues on YouTube as well, because then, you know, if someone did and I was like, well, screw them, I'll go thumbs down their channel, then they see that you're doing that. So it's like, it's just obvious.
It is, and I feel like I can't even remember the last time I used a thumb down. It's so much easier to use the X and go watch something else.
It's true.
You know?
Very true.
It's such, I feel kind of stupid going to click it. And not that that's not, I'm not saying everybody has to. They do. I don't see the point. It seems like a bunch of steps that's not going to get any point across. I don't feel that it really gets, it doesn't have any meaning to it for me. I don't see, like, we have our usual 5 that don't like us, and we always take time to thank them for their dedication to coming.
It's not
we stop our live
people,
streams, we wave to them, ask if they're okay. There's only 4. I hope you're not sick, and just know we're thinking of
awesome.
you. And
Thank
we've
you
had
for
more.
watching.
We had a minute-long silence dedication to them one
that's
night,
cool.
and you know,
You got to feed them the opposite of what they expect. When they come in and start hating,
100%.
you got to give them love.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
No, we all know about it. We know there's, as you're saying, people drop in us. A lot of times it's people that you do know. And the writing's on the wall, and they actually come in and hang out in your streams. And I will never give them the satisfaction of getting angry at them. I'll shout them out just like anybody else. I'll give them all the bells and whistles. And they're waiting for you to make that one mess up where you don't do it, because then they'll say, oh, look at them. Look at the way they're treating me.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them that bait.
Yeah, like Joey says in the chat that yesterday Brian G. Johnson got the same thing as we did with community guidelines strike. The same thing.
That's
Somebody
shocking.
just flagged him and it automatically got banned. So
Benon's got a great story for that.
What's that?
Yeah.
You have a great story about your whole channel was completely deleted.
Oh yeah.
From YouTube. Overnight.
It's a similar situation to what you guys just explained. Actually, I've got a project that I do. It's like it's a daily vlog, and the way I've done it is, I wanted to make something simple that I could do every day that would never become cumbersome. So I decided to film 4 minutes of my day with no editing. Literally what I'm doing at that 4-minute period, just one take with no music overdubs, just put it straight into Final Cut and bump it out to a 4K file and upload to YouTube. And I decided to do 4-minute increments, so it would start at midnight and go from 12 to 12:04, and the next day it'd be 12:04 to 12:08, 12:08 to 12:12, etc., etc., etc. Now, stupidly, this is my 3rd year I'm in doing this. My first year, I set the first, say, 60 of these vlogs from midnight through till 6 a.m. would be sleeping, because that's what typically people are doing from midnight till 6 a.m. So I had 60 vlogs of me asleep in my bed, not here, somewhere else, asleep in bed with a night vision, like an old handy cam from like the 1990s on night vision, filming my head as I slept. And they went up on as part of the project, and I went through a year and a half with no dramas. And then all of a sudden I got a flag from YouTube saying spam, you've uploaded spam. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll go and check out what they're referring to. I go back to the video. Oh, it's one of those night daily vlogs where I'm sleeping. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see how it might be spam. I can get that. Start composing an email to try to resolve it. Then I get another email. Wow, a second one flagged as spam. My second copyright community guidelines flag in like 3 hours or something. And I'm starting to think, wow, this is a bit strange. I've got to really resolve this. By this stage, it's already like late in the evening in Australia. So I decided to go to bed, try to think about things and come up with a solution in the morning. But when I woke up in the morning, I had a series of messages from actually fellow CreatorCast members, Jay and Danny, saying, your channel's gone, dude. What's going on? There's no YouTube channel. And I go to log in and see it. And of course, the whole thing's gone. It's been erased. 3 community guideline strikes within the space of 6 or 7 hours, and erased my channel with no communication from YouTube, no nothing. I was really, really, really upset, like emotionally, and just like my baby had been pulled out. Like a dingo took my YouTube channel.
Well, of course.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Wow.
But like probably what you guys went through, I did get a direct line through to YouTube. A couple of people helped me out to sort of get a direct contact at YouTube, and they acknowledged that, look, this is incorrect. This has been flagged falsely 3 times in a row. And I said, well, I mean, look, my project has been on YouTube this has been on the channel for like a year and a half. So has someone flagged it? Like, has a hater flagged it, or is it your system? And they wouldn't acknowledge which was which, but
no,
it was, it was not pleasant at all. And from then on, I've decided all of my nighttime daily vlogs, I am no longer going to sleep on them. So I'm getting up at like 3 o'clock to do 4-minute daily vlogs, and then going back to sleep. So I don't get that ever again.
Yeah. And I find that I'm sorry, and I want to have you, but at the same time, that's such an ingenious idea. That's all I was thinking while you're talking.
Yeah.
I think that is so amazing.
Thank you.
What a great concept.
I mean, the way that was born was everybody that was doing daily vlogs eventually tired of it and gave up. And I figured the reason that is because it's difficult. No one wants to make things harder than they have to. So if you can compact a story into 4 minutes with no editing and do that every day, I kind of look at it, it's like the old school getting out a journal and writing in every day, dear diary. That's what I'm doing basically.
Yeah. And so, I love it. I'm sorry, and I mean, I don't mean to take away from your story, because that was must have been terrifying. I look at our channel the same way. I worship after my children, and this channel means everything to me.
Thank God, it's after your
I cradle it.
My children.
Don't worry, I wouldn't forget you. Before somebody thinks that
you are aware we're live here, Andrew. We can't edit that after the children.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm learning at least to say my disclaimers in the front. But yeah, it is, and I always say to everybody, like you have everybody says on YouTube, well, I'm just on it for fun. And that's great. You need to have fun. If you don't like it, it's going to be one miserable. There's 2 types of people. One that say, yay, I got 1,000 subscribers, and the other do want to be seen, or otherwise you sit and watch these MP4s in your living room on your monitor being happy. And you are a brand, and you are your own GM, you are your own Pepsi, your own Coke, whichever brand you can think of, it is you, and we take that very, very seriously.
Same here.
This is our name on here, and I see with you guys as well, just the way somebody said, my baby. It is.
Absolutely.
You know, you put a lot of nurturing care into this thing. It's not just, it's like a garden. You can't just throw the seeds in the ground and walk away. Constant tending. We've done over 180 videos 5 times now. Thumbnails, redoing titles, tags as they become relevant. It's crucial.
When you got flagged with your spam issues, did they take the channel down, or did they just remove your live streaming capabilities?
Remove the live stream for 90 days.
Yep.
But the problem is when live streams came out, that was kind of a perk for a lot of channels. You make videos and you do the odd live stream. But now that live streams are growing so much, it's become an integral part of our channel.
Yep.
And now they got to catch up with the rules, because, for instance, if you get another community strike, you lose putting up a video for 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 90 days is a really big difference. If you're mostly doing videos, not live streams for 90 days sucks, but life will go on.
Yes.
But if most of your content's live, you're dead in the water.
I feel like at that point, YouTube needs to change something. They need to have someone that I needed to have someone contact me after that second one saying, dude, you know what's going to happen now. You're getting close, and we realize why. You're okay, but this is what's going on, so be aware of it. Because once it's gone, like once the channel's gone, it's like going to log in and there's just nothing there. It's like this channel has been terminated. It said this channel has been permanently deleted for multiple violations of community guidelines. And I was like, dude, I just went to bed. I didn't do anything. Hey, what have I done?
Yes, I woke up to this.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I went from a mess to a disaster.
And for the next, I think it took me about 8 hours to resolve it. But that whole day, I've logged it. I created content from it to get something out of it. But that whole day was me. How can I bounce back from this if I can bounce back at all? Wasn't fun.
Definitely.
It wasn't a fun experience. I don't wish it upon anybody. And if there are haters out there that do that specifically to kill channels, you know what? Go and do something else, because it's like, what kind of a sick person would do that realistically? They're probably going to do it to create a cast now.
There should be something in place that would also penalize people that are doing this multiple times, because
should be logging IP addresses.
Exactly, because they say there is, but there isn't. Yeah. They say that you shouldn't be doing falsely, you know, flagging and so on. But what is the consequence? There are really none.
Yeah, it's as anonymous as a thumbs down, and they look at it like a thumbs down. They don't. There's no care.
I feel like you should have content on your channel. Like, you should have a reputable, not just verified because you have a phone number. You should have a little bit more of a reputation to be able to do that kind of thing, so that if you didn't have any content and you wanted to flag something, you could talk to the closest YouTuber that you think has that reputation, and they can flag it for you, something like that.
Well, yeah, otherwise I can make a new account with nothing on it just now and flag everybody, in a row.
And then your channel could get deleted, but then who cares? And then you just create another one. And then,
you guys made a point before about, I think it was Andrew that said it's easier just to click off a video instead of disliking it. And also, I thought of something as you said that. Those people that are disliking it, as opposed to just closing out and not watching it, they're actually giving you a benefit, because by hitting dislike, they're showing YouTube that there's engagement on that video. Whereas by clicking out, by closing it and disappearing, you're not getting the watch time. So you're not getting anything from 100%. It. But if you get an engagement, that's a positive thing. Whether it be a positive like or a dislike, it's still engagement. And that's what YouTube grows off.
It makes us look, I always say that, it's making us look more genuine in the algorithm's eyes. Like, I actually owe them a lot of thanks for it.
The worst thing that could happen is someone watches a video and within 30 seconds they click out of it. That's the worst thing that you could get. But if they watch like 8 minutes of it and then they go, this is crap, and dislike it, they've watched 8 minutes and they've engaged in it. So you've got to win.
That's right.
100%.
Spot on. Please don't take this as egotistical. I don't mean it that way. Because not long ago, we were lucky if we had 4 people in the chat, we were doing good. But as we've grown, I don't see the point of watching 30, 40, and they do watch us, because when we mention certain things, I can see our subscriber count go up and down. Now I keep it on for fun to watch when they're playing with us. And they literally take the time to watch us. 5 of them go off, 5 of them come back, 5 of them this. If you're getting 230 likes, what is 5 dislikes going to do to that channel? You know what I mean? It's such an investment where they could be working on their channel, and I keep telling people that. Instead of hating on a channel, make yours better. And that's what drives me constantly.
Yes.
If there's somebody I don't like, I go back to the drawing board. I add new things. We talk it over, what we want to do, what we want to change. I would rather put that energy into my channel and see it grow versus putting some hate into somebody else's and get nothing out of it.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
What you smoking there?
Yeah.
Since it's legalized in Canada, I was just curious.
No. It's got a butt on it. It's got a butt. Here. No, those days have passed, but I cheer on the new one. So you know what? At least it's not a crime anymore. So that's a good thing.
Oh, Bollywood's here.
Have you seen many changes since that has become legalized in Montreal, guys? Has the whole world changed for you?
They actually had to close a couple of the stores that were open because of the lack of the supply. So, we are in the second week. So
I spent a little bit of time in Canada.
Dad's piranha smoking a bowl, he said.
In 2001, I was in Vancouver for a few months, and I was amazed at the amount of marijuana in that city, and to the point where I was hitchhiking between Vancouver and Whistler. And I did that at least, I must have done it at least 12 times in total. And there was only one time that I got a ride and I did not get offered a joint during the trip. I'm not kidding. And I recall I got picked up in an SUV with a family, and the dude he swapped his kid out from the front and put the kid in the back with the other kids. maybe have the front passenger seat. And before we'd even got into the traffic lane, he'd reached into the ashtray, pulled out a pre-rolled blunt, and said, "Do you smoke weed?" And I was like, "You got your kids back there?" And he goes, "It's only weed, man." And I was like, "All right, let's have a smoke."
Father of the year.
Yeah.
For the year.
Yeah.
Well, that's Vancouver too. You know, East beats West. So
No, but even
Vancouver
in
has been
Quebec,
also-
like Quebec, it's very prevalent. You can't go to
Yeah.
a bus stop without somebody smoking on the side of it. It's like, you know, they don't smoke it in the enclosement, but they're enclosure, but they're right beside the glass on the other side. Walking down St. Catherine Street, it's
And even
Yeah.
older people, like I have,
Yeah.
and I haven't been born here originally. I moved here only because of this guy here. But I was surprised by amount of older generation that is openly smoking it, and that was before it got legalized. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Wait, what part of Canada are you guys at?
we're in Montreal.
Montreal.
Quebec.
That's, yeah, Ben said
But
that
I-
earlier.
I grew
Emma
up-
and I, we were thinking about doing a road trip up there in February because my family lives in Detroit, and we were like, maybe we should go visit them, and then do like a little Canadian road trip, go to Toronto, visit some Bollywood and Hey Joe, and then up to
Yes.
Montreal. And then I looked up traveling Montreal in February, and it was like expect. Maybe we'll wait until like summertime or something.
Yeah, well, that's the only.
If you're
thing.
already in Michigan, though, you got 3/4 of it. What we got
Yeah.
here, it's not
Yeah.
too bad.
But when you live out in Australia for a little while, you get used to
Yeah.
this warm climate, and then shocking how cold
Well,
it
if
gets.
you change it, you'll see in here we got like it's -35, and then you couldn't believe it when you go downtown. All the girls still wearing like the mini cut dresses.
Oh, yeah.
No stockings, no
high
nothing, like
heels,
high
skirts,
heels.
and nothing on their legs.
Yeah,
Minus 35.
kind of a rambunctious there. We're not
Ksenia
gonna
is from Latvia. Latvia,
Yeah.
where what part? What's the temperature like there typically?
Oh, it's fairly mildly. It's actually very similar to Vancouver. It's mostly grayish, rainy, and it gets minus. Sometimes it gets like to -20 and so, but not very often. There is some snow, but mostly it's gray and kind of slushy.
Yeah.
in,
It's like
winter. In
a
winter.
colder version of London, like kind of
Yes,
thing.
yeah.
Ooh.
And the days are short because it's more north. It's like sunny. Like the sun comes out at 9 a.m. and it's gone by pretty much 3 p.m.
Yes,
in the
yeah,
winter.
Well,
I've just realized
yeah.
we're on a live stream and I've completely neglected the chat because I've been so engrossed in listening to you guys
Dude,
talk.
I've been watching the chat. But
Sorry
see,
about
the
that.
interview, I think the interviews on CreatorCast, we're kind of plugging along on here, and I think the interviews are more about the people
The
we're
guests,
talking to,
of
and then we
course.
have a
Oh.
midweek chat, like a Google Hangout session on Wednesday nights our time, Wednesday morning your time. So if you ever want to hop on one of those, if you see us on, jump on, and we'd love to have you guys back on one of those things. What's the best way, by the way, when you have people in the chat and you see that there's so many people watching, how do you get them to hit that thumbs up button? That's what
You just tell them to.
We tell them to. We have a here. I'm going to help you. I'm going to put it in right now. I'm going to put in exactly what I put in right
Don't
here.
forget to hug that like button.
how are you
Share
gonna do
it
that?
out.
I'm not programming this.
I'm going to paste it right in the chat. There you go.
Yeah.
I just wanted to acknowledge Dad's Piranha, another Canadian up there in the chat. And also, I believe, I've completely missed all this. I haven't been really watching the chat, to be honest. But, how did you type that fast? How did you
yeah.
get
I have
Copy
it saved.
paste.
We have a whole list of them saved in Notepad we need for shows and stuff like
Yes,
that. So yeah.
You guys are professionals at this.
I love
Well, we're learning as we go.
Hey, Joe
Joe's
says,
smashing
he's-
big pong right now.
Yeah, they're having a legal smoke right now. Good on him. Good on him.
Good for you guys.
Illegal.
Oh, he says not really. Oh, he's just kidding.
I don't believe that last part, Joe.
I think the hardest part for people with when you're watching on your mobile, and you're like, okay, most people go, I don't know how to do it. All you do is
Yeah.
you close out the chat, boom, hit the thumbs up, and then you click live chat again, and you're back in it.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't see it, they don't get it, they don't know, and
Yes.
I don't usually care about it. It's only when I can see that there's a thumbs up, like I could see all the thumbs ups, and I'm like, why is that not matching the amount of people watching?
Yeah, and we used to never
like
say
OCD.
anything about it, and we started now, and we had to realize we're always preaching promotion to everybody in their channels, but we weren't doing it ourselves, and we do it now a bit more, and it really has helped. Like our likes have gone through the roof since we started doing
Sometimes
it.
people just forget. They just
Yeah,
forget.
oh,
It's not
absolutely.
that they
Yeah,
don't want to.
definitely.
I don't
I
blame
do that all the time.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good conversation. I'm lost into it, and sometimes I'm pasting this in other channels where I'm a mod, and I'm enjoying myself so much. Like, oh my god, I never even hit it yet, and I'll run over it. So
I get it. I think that if anything, what that thumbs up can be is it shows appreciation. Like it kind of gives you, it's almost like getting a super chat. Like it shows, oh, this many people like this, so we should keep doing more stuff like this. And it's a completely free thing for them to hit. So that's the thing.
And it's great for the algorithm, and it actually pays off some more in theory than a super chat, because it pays more in the investment of the channel growing.
Yes.
Getting more, getting on the front page. We put a lot of time into tags and stuff like that. Xenia will research for hours every day, updating the tags and stuff like that. She's like kind of a whiz at that.
Yeah, because I'm trying to hit to be on the first page of the search word, at least at some of them, right? So that's why I'm researching what could be that we could hit that first page.
Ksenia, are you using Google Trends to come up with those terms? Is that how you do it?
I actually use a lot of different things, including that, well, obviously TubeBuddy, Google Trends, YouTube itself. I have a whole list, actually, that we share with our people. I can share with your guys here too. It's my custom combo of the websites that I go to double and triple and quadruple check the keywords and tags and so on. And it seems to work. Like
it does pay off.
Yeah,
We've noticed a huge
off.
growth
Once
over
I
time.
started, it actually spiked up our views.
Especially with walk-in traffic, because we're hit. The other night we did one where had 5 first-page trend keywords in it. So we appeared 5 different words. We appeared on the first page of YouTube with it.
Great.
So.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You really see a growth from that if you can get on their front page.
Yes, definitely. You're not at the top, but if you can be within the first page, you stand at least a lot better chance.
Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes it depends. And now, especially with the YouTube, with the shout out ones and YouTube promotion, so to say, we are almost always on the first page when we're live. So.
Well, I think that everyone should make sure you check these guys out if you haven't already. And I think that, I mean, you guys have. And I see everyone that you do have interviews with, they all say the same thing. It's just that I could see your channel being really like being the next H3.
Wow, thank
you. Better than that, actually.
I was gonna say, Danny doesn't even like that. I love H3.
Sometimes they're a little bit cringe. Sometimes they're a little bit cringe, but I think watching you guys, it's just, I don't know, like, well, you're growing a community, which is great, but at the same time, whenever you get too big, it's going to be hard to maintain that community feel. And I always thought, like, if I have a live stream channel as well as my main channel, just for live streams, and it's more to just kind of practice and get better at it, so that whenever I can switch over, or if I lose, restrictions on that, I have another channel to fall back on. But yeah, I think that if I ever got so big and I lost the community, I'd just start another little live stream channel that's more for the community again, and just kind of cycle through it. So.
We've kind of talked about that. That's actually something we were thinking of maybe doing. And it's hard because, like, this is a touchy subject. I think now that we're on your show, we can touch a few things that we usually don't talk about.
Good.
I worked in the music business for a long time. Okay. If you guys can bear with me, I'll try to word this the best I can. I worked in the music business one of the biggest music companies in the world. Do you know Marshall Amplifiers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I was Marshall Canada. I did the promotions for 7 years, Pearl drums, everything.
Oh, wow.
I had a cabinet.
Yeah.
So good. My favorite amp ever.
We could talk music forever here.
Yeah, I used to sit with Jim Marshall and drink scotch with him. I have pictures of him together, him and I.
Commercial photographer of all the rock and roll
I know, that's why,
in Australia.
Because nobody liked to smoke where I was, and he always smoked cigars, so I was always the one that had to go sit with him, unfortunately. So.
That's awesome.
But that's what happens when you grow as a music band. When you're all in LA sitting around, and I find YouTube since the apocalypse is like LA in the 80s. And there's a lot of this, if I go, I will make it big. And everybody figures they turn on a cell phone and they're going to make $1 million within 6 months. And it's grainy ass picture, and it's horrible quality, and they're not even trying to get better. And they're literally saying it, I'm on YouTube, and I figure within a year, make a couple of mil. And it's like, no, you won't. Sorry, I know you won't. It's never going to happen. I don't want to bust your dreams, but right away out of the gate, you're done. You're not even trying. You just think because you're here, you're going to get that. And it don't work that way. It's earned, and big time we're earned. You guys know that. You guys are...
And luck.
And luck. That's what I was going to get to. How many times did we pass somebody in LA at that time that's playing on a street corner that's more talented than anybody you would see at that time on MTV or anywhere, making nothing? Because he was sick the day of the time he got to go in front of Elektra. He wasn't feeling well. His mother got ill and he couldn't go. There's a ton of reasons why you don't get your break, even if you do get the chance.
Yeah.
It's such a select few that will ever make a full-time living on here. And you can't look at it in those grounds. And as you get bigger, the same thing. Everybody figures you're going to take them all with you. And I mean, at 4,000, 20,000, 50,000, we're all small channels. At 4,000, I'm facing the same hurdles that we faced when we had 400. Nothing has changed. Zero. Yeah. Sometimes harder because you get the smaller ones getting the impression that you're sometimes now got it made, and you don't. You're just getting going.
Yeah.
And you have two groups that follow you that cheer you on and say, this is where I want to go, and I love where you guys are going, and you're going to have another one's, well, the point of why we came on here was to be seen.
Yeah.
You know, and that has to come. And yes, if you have 1,000 people talking to you versus when you had 10 people, yes, you're not going to be able to do quite that intimate, and you won't be able to watch every video. Like I tell everybody, I cannot watch everything that you make. If it's something really important, please DM me and I will see it. You got my word on it. But I get 1,600 notifications in about a day and a half for videos at that, and sometimes more. I can't. I can't. It's never going to happen. As much as I love each and every person, I can't. So I'd rather be upfront and honest, and the people that want to come with us are going to, and the people that just really can't handle what's happened, what can I say? It's to say, you know, when does somebody ran a business like a store and said, no, you can't buy these cans of soup. We got to keep some for somebody else. No. I don't want to get big. So don't buy my materials from me for 1 month and then we're going to come back on sale. It doesn't work that way. And it's not greed. It's normal progression of building something.
We also try to bring people over with us, so to say.
Yes.
So the ones that do come back still from the time of February, we try to put them out more and help them out more as we go.
Like A. Joe, every time he'll come in, oh my God, A. Joe is here. He sat in here when there was only 4 of us. You got to show him some, like I give them the extra push.
Just because A. Joe is just so freaking cool.
There's that plan as well. He's a nice dude,
He is. I mean, everybody likes, and no offense to A. Joe, but all the ones that were with the beginning, that's my pleasure to do so for them, because without them, we would have never even gone off the ground. I've never forgotten that, ever. But I can't be the same person. I can't do as much individually as I used to do either. And somebody like A. Joe gets that. That's why I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know if that says it, but you know, some people take offense to it, but it's not. You're just doing the best you can. There's only so many hours in the day. We've had 165 people in the chat at one time now. My God, back when we had like 20, we thought, Xenia and I looked at each other like squeezing each other's knees, like, can you believe there's 20 people in here?
I know.
How? We look like Thelma and Louise going off a cliff. You know?
Yeah, I think we have 22 in here right now, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Definitely.
I think that too, like when you said that thing about like, I mean, no matter really what size your channel is, you're always going to think it's small. And I remember how excited I would have been to just have 2,500 when I had like 500. And I was just like, oh, I saw somebody that had that. I was like, oh, if I could just be them and have that, that's going to be the best. And then now I'm almost to 5,000. And I'm just like, when people ask how many subs do you have, I'm like, it's kind of small. It's like around 5,000. Like, it's so funny how your mentality changes because you see everybody else kind of grow. And,
of course.
you know, and it's been like almost 2.5 years since I've started it, and it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. That's why I love live streams, because it's just it's fun. It's like we would just be having this conversation anyways on Skype just to get to know each other. Now we're broadcasting it so other people can see us get to know you. And I think that's really what this is, you know?
It is. And I do put that much work. People don't realize it, but especially the way we're doing ours, it is as much work as editing a ton of video.
Oh yeah.
We plan a lot. We forecast. We're always refining it more and more. I don't know if you guys know the channel Tony and Chelsea, the photography. They got like 1 million subscribers.
I have seen them.
We didn't realize this summer we were home on vacation talking, and we're like smoking a cigarette, having a beer, and we said, who even influenced us? Because we never even were in front of a camera until we live streamed ever. We didn't want to. We hated live streams. Didn't want to be on them. Didn't want to look at them. And then we finally realized that they were kind of an influence subconsciously in us, you know, husband and wife, the way we banter amongst each other. We picked up like kind of hints from them, making it our own. Same as you do with doing photography and everything else, your cinematography, photography. You pick up bits and pieces from everybody without even realizing it, but you got to make it your own.
I watched their channel when they had the issue with the Australian company that was using their image of that woman on a marketing thing. Yeah. They seem like nice dudes.
Yeah.
They are.
And we relate to them. Like I can see Xenia would say something, and I look over and she's like, yeah, I know that's something I would say, and vice versa with me. We've taken on like
clumsy, awkward, and cheesy, and
you do blurts. No, I didn't mean that. God, no.
That's nice.
Caught me off guard.
Anyway, I have a question for you guys. Can I ask you this? The blue wrench. You guys basically give everyone a blue wrench who is in the chat.
Wow.
Yep.
Why? I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just curious.
No. I'm not getting into all the details, but we were a part of some stuff, and I felt with this rush, I like groups, don't get me wrong, I do, but some groups tend to go like Lord of the Flies. You can smell it coming a mile away. There's always going to be fights for supremacy, and the mods are treated like royalty, and not that we were even part of that by times. It's like, oh, well, don't worry, I'll tell you about that in the mod chat after. It's like a members-only group, and they distance themselves. Yeah. Tons of warnings. It's like we had bouncers here that were like that in the 80s, you know? One more time and you're out. Relax. It's a chat. It's about, it's people are talking. You said one thing. So we were like the anti-establishment. We were like the punk rock channel when we started live streaming. Everything's out the window. We're doing it the complete opposite. You want to fight over wrenches? Everybody gets a wrench. Done. No more arguments. We're a co-op here.
Yeah,
That's finished.
I remember
like the idea.
when he did that in the live stream, it was like Oprah, and you get a wrench.
Yeah, I was really tossing them out. And you get a wrench. A wrench is for everybody. Like that.
But what we say for in our channel, wrenches is not a status. Yeah, it's not a status. It's a philosophy. Yeah. Everybody is equal. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It doesn't matter if you have any content or not. Yeah. Everybody is the same. We all are making
like ATGH was there when we did it. Dad's Piranha and all these guys. And literally, I look at it like a clean city initiative. If everybody has a stake in the live stream, and they do, they're what makes your live stream and keeps you from just talking to yourself. Make them part of it, and they'll help keep it proper, and that's exactly what's happening. So people think we're nuts. They walk in and there's literally 165 wrenches. It just blew. It looks like Smurf Village.
Now what happens when somebody does something inappropriate and you need to?
They all get bumped out.
It looks like it looks like the Terminator. You can literally see like 25 people timed about for 300 seconds at the same time. You can picture like a movie like.
Hashtag blue wrench. What is it? Blue wrench club.
Yeah. Hashtag blue wrench.
Yeah, but even that is not really affiliation with anything, which actually happened because as part of our Tuesday Tech Talk, I was trying to do a selfie. And I'm like so clumsy. I don't know how to do the selfie with a phone. And so I started to laugh. And somebody was talking about the blue wrenches. And that's how it happened. Oh, let's try and everybody learn how to do a selfie and post it on Twitter. And that's how it was born, Hashtag Blue Wrench Group and selfie on a Twitter. We never made it up. It just came to be. And therefore, it's never has been an affiliation. It's just a gimmick hashtag that came to be and everybody's using to share their things out. It doesn't really mean any group per se.
Can I interject here just briefly? I need to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to miss anything. So can Danny and you guys just keep chatting? And I'm going to try to listen from the bathroom. You won't hear me, but
you could have just left. You didn't have to.
I wanted to be up front.
Just go. Just go.
Gonna need a blue wrench here.
We chat for a little bit. The other thing I really loved that you guys did. Well, actually, before I get to that, I want to say one critique I have of your channel. Sure. Watching you guys like this, like you guys have nice faces, but when you're doing your thing, you're like this, like you can't really see you very well, like yeah. And obviously, I mean, you need to have a good microphone most of the time, but you guys have like lovely faces, and I want to see them more, like and see your eyes and looking at the camera and stuff like that. That's all. That's everything else is great.
I agree with that, and we were trying to find a way because they are high dynamic mic, but the range is not so great. I find sometimes. And they bottom out, and then the gain has to go too high. But I am trying to find a way that we're going to run them from the corners more, so we can just kind of lean in when we're talking, and kind of be more to the edge a bit.
Yeah, because I agree. I really think that we should be mounting them somewhere here, like in front of us, so they come somewhere like below us. Yeah. Because otherwise we're on the opposite sides of the couches.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And I'm kissing the microphone like I have to clean off the lipstick every evening because I'm just literally sucked up to it. But I agree. So.
I was like, I don't even recognize your face almost a little bit because it's always covered by the microphones.
And that is a very good point. I agree with you on to it. I truly do. We both are in agreement on that with you.
Yes. So, anyways, Benon's back.
Sorry, folks.
We'll stop talking about it.
I know we drink a ton of coffee and doing 3-hour live streams. Believe me, we're
the other thing one thing I love that you guys did, and I want to do this a lot more on my channel, but is you passed it on to someone that was live, and I thought that was, and because I've never heard of the raid. Oh, we're getting raided by this person. I didn't get what that was, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, that's awesome because people are, just coming like. So if we were to end this, what do? You just look up.
Yep, we have our subscriptions, so we just go to our subscriptions and on the lives and just find somebody.
And then they put the link there, and then they say goodbye, and everyone goes to that link, and then they say what a hashtag.
From PUSA with love. Yeah, we always do the whole James Bond thing. Yeah,
people used
and then
to do that.
We're getting rated by PUSA.
Last thing, because sometimes you go and they take away the people that are already watching you, right? Because they jump in for 2 minutes, say, "Oh, we're here, we're live," and then they go away, and some people go with them. So instead of that, we're doing at the end of hours, we are done. So it's not like anybody can jump over to us.
And that was one commitment we made when we passed 2,000. A chance to do more in the community, and I feel that we've truly, with all our heart, have found and dug for every way we can. We had a buddy one night, Cab 7. He was getting trolled a lot. He's an older guy, and he does these inspirational streams. And I mean, they were brutal to him. Brutal. I mean, they tore him to pieces time and time again. He finally snapped and was giving everybody a once and for all about how you should be treating people on YouTube. That's when we were at our pinnacle. We were getting 140, 150 in every stream, like at the same time. And we shut our live stream down. We turned it on for 2 minutes to send everybody over there. We forbid to run our live stream.
Yeah, we
go over there. You need to hear this message because it may will sink in everybody's heads, and we'll get some better community respect for each other by it. And that stuff wins volumes with people. Integrity is everything like that.
Absolutely, transparency.
Hey Joe, I definitely put the seat down, buddy. Just letting you know.
Jeez, Joe, you're always on. You're always on.
Well, if you're just joining us, or if you've been here the whole time, we won't go too long on this one because they're gonna have me on as a guest on Thursday morning, Wednesday evening at PUSA Studios. And so who knows? I don't want to run out of things to talk about because we're talking about it all here.
I have a.
We're gonna be talking about you that whole time.
Yeah.
It's not about us.
I've got a question I wanted to ask you guys. Are you watching Creator Insider? Do you watch that channel?
I'd say
I watch it.
Yeah,
I watch
she watches
it
it way more
time.
than I do. I do watch it some.
I watch it. That's one of my rotation channels to be updated on what's going on. I definitely watch it.
In a nutshell, the way we kind of craft ourselves out, Xenia does more of that stuff. I'll do more of the networking. I'll be meeting with channels, trying to bring in new ones. I'll go do that kind of stuff. And then she'll give me like the gist of everything afterwards.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get into the sources of what's going on, what are new updates, what we have to do. So I know what I'm talking about when we are researching, new updates, when we are reviewing the channels or doing tech talk, then I know that I know what I'm talking about. It's not just I heard it somewhere.
Yeah, because they have. I really like that on Creator Insider. They tell you the new things that are coming to YouTube, such as the premieres and like the merch shelf, and when some of us got the community tab, which was kind of half rolled out, half not rolled out. I do appreciate that it's coming direct. I mean, that's direct from YouTube. So
yes, exactly. They have a couple of channels, but that probably is the most personable one, I find.
Yeah, yes, it's more palatable for the average one.
Yeah, and then there was that time Susan put out a channel as well. The CEO put out one video and said she's going to be a creator, and then she just left. It's like that's not really.
It was kind of like a Zuckerberg moment.
She did an update. I think just a couple of weeks ago, actually, she did a video update. When she does now a letter, like a quarterly update, but she also does a video, basically explaining the same thing that she does in a letter.
Another thing that really sucks about that, if she's putting out quarterly videos, that channel's gonna grow because she's the CEO of YouTube. That's not fair. She's only put out 4 videos in a whole year.
Yeah. So I'll get over there, guys. We want to get her to 1K, 4K. We're going to help her get monetized.
Classic.
I'm going to go in and ask her if she'll sub me if I sub her back.
Sub for sub to Susan. That's incredible. Does the chat have any questions they want to ask before we let these lovely Canadians / Latvians leave us? I'm just looking up.
We're in no rush. Whenever you guys are good. This is awesome.
Look, I could.
Have you ever noticed that since you started doing things like this, that like before when we got on, like if we were just all chatting, I'd be like, wait, don't say this. Let's broadcast it. Like it's almost hard to have normal conversations without wanting to broadcast it because
it is
content, right?
And when it is a good conversation, no offense to the chat, you do forget by times because you're so engaged in the conversation.
Yeah, and that's why also I always say it's always easier because there are two of us, right? So there are certain things that just Andrew does that I do, there's certain things that we get to do together. But it's definitely we wouldn't be able to keep up so much with it and be involved within community if it would be just me or Andrew. Because like during the interviews, we both talk, but it's mostly Andrew that is carrying conversation, and the same as the chat. Like Andrew also goes in the chat, but it's mostly me that is communicating with the chat, right? So it's so much easier because there are two of us.
You could almost have like you could sit on the other side of the room with a different camera and just have that patched in, and then since whoever's controlling it, and then you just you have your box there, and then you can say. Sorry, the box of your picture there. Just had to clarify that for some reason. And then, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're on your own, Danny.
I'm loving this.
You need to grab Emma. You need to get Emma there next to you so she can help you, just like Ksenia was saying that she helps Andrew.
Yes, yeah. Well, I just don't need to talk about people's boxes being on the screen. That's
Tim's asked a question in the chat there, probably more aimed at Ksenia. Are Latvians just disenfranchised Swedish citizens? You might have to tackle that one gently. Tim, asking the hard questions there, buddy.
Well, Latvia was under Swedish colony a couple hundred years ago, and it used to be a Vikings land as well. But right now it's populated of different nationalities. It's independent, by the way. 150th anniversary this year of independence.
Well, congratulations. Tim does like to ask those hard questions.
Now, in your subscriptions, do you guys have anybody live right now that you'd hand it off to? Because I'm looking at mine, and there's one person just playing Minecraft, and I don't want to send people to that.
Oh my goodness! Well, let me see. It's usually really just random.
My God, the time just flew by with you guys. This was awesome.
What time have you got there in Montreal?
Well, we got 10
p.m.
Yeah,
10:13. Yep.
10 p.m. on a Saturday evening.
The answer to your question, Joe, neither.
That's the best answer for that. I see someone without a blue wrench. My bad.
Oh, did you seriously make all of our chat blue wrench?
You know something? That's been happening more and more. We've had that happen on about 30 channels that we know of now because we started doing that. And as a side, I don't know if you guys have seen the beginning of our channel. Like, say we're going on at 7 p.m. like we usually do. We start at 6:40 to give everybody a chance to get to know each other and stuff. So when we're ready to go, and we spend 20 minutes sometimes with 110, 120 in the chat. Everyone has a blue wrench and we don't monitor it. And they all take care of it for us. I've seen them time out people, ban them, warn them. They post all the links, make sure to tweet this out, make sure to do this and that. And we never ask for it. They just take it upon themselves. When Danny's on, you're going to see people in our chat just start posting his links. Make sure to check out Danny at blah, 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 blah.
That's cool.
It's a very unique angle. I haven't heard anyone do that. I think this is pretty cool. A pretty cool way to do it. You didn't do Ben,
you've gotten kicked off chats before on live streams. Daryl leaves.
Oh, yeah. Daryl booted me off. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we still haven't really dug into that. But I feel like that's a whole nother topic of conversation. But the only thing is, Daryl Leaves hasn't said anything about it, so we've got nothing new to give. Those in the chat will know what we're talking about, but you guys might not know what we're discussing right there. But
I think I mentioned it once before. I wrote it. Yeah. We were kind of just bummed, like saying, okay, this guy's got 500,000 subscribers, and he's carrying about 50 views, and most of them are the same people. Like the moderators and stuff. And it was just like, something's not adding up. And we were just trying to ask the questions. We were trying to tell the emperor that he wasn't wearing any clothes.
And you're right.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. We've said the exact same things about it. You cannot live a lie on here. It will never go. There'll be tidbits that people can put together and eventually the story unfolds. Yep. So I believe you made a mistake, own up to it, fess up to it, and move on from it. Don't drag it on.
Think that if it worked for him, like let us know, because then maybe we should do that too.
They were looking the wrong ways.
you're putting up like vid summits and stuff like that. Like shoot, like maybe I should just spend some extra dollars instead of wasting all this time on equipment and editing. I could just buy subscribers and then I can.
Well, that's what I'm scared about. I'm seeing an upturn in that, and I can't believe that's happening this day and age with the algorithm the way it is. I'm seeing an upturn in people buying views and using bots and that. I thought that was gone like the dodo, but I'm seeing that more and more channels again. It's coming back,
and it's super obvious. It's to 1,000, which happened overnight. So it was like, you know what happened. And then his channel's been growing consistently, I think, without buying them. And you just wonder, maybe that was a good move?
You're talking about Gear Seekers. Let's name and shame. They hid their subscribers until they got to 1,000, which they obviously bought, and then they continued to grow. But got to hand it to Nick and Claire from the channel. They have made good content, and the content is super specific to all the nerds and the geeks that are building computers. So it's really searchable, evergreen content. But I feel like if you're going to lie from the beginning, you've kind of just ruined the whole trajectory of your channel.
Yeah, it will follow you, and even as you get bigger, the myths and the legends will continue to kind of spur up from time to time. There will be somebody from your past come up and mention it. This guy Cab7 was a great example. I mean, he faced annihilation for months because he's a Christian, not a Christian channel. He's a spiritual channel.
Yeah.
And he does give some really great words, and he helps a lot of people, alcohol abuse, these things. And once again, with every community, there's going to be some peck at your feet, and they even found it in the end. It's open now. I didn't know this at the beginning. They dug enough. They even hired investigators that found out that he was gay and gave him a 2-hour warning that they were going to out him live on a live stream if he did, get ready for it, it's coming. Wow. And he had to go and do it, like, involuntary, just so he could save his face.
And he only has like 5,000 subscribers.
Back then
he didn't have even half of it.
3,000, I think, or something like that. So, like, they hired private investigators. I'm hearing more and more of that of other channels with 700 subscribers, hiring private investigators to find dirt on another channel that has 1,100 subscribers.
That's a serious form of like YouTube blackmail, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly what's going on. For nothing, for the little bit of money that comes out of for 1,100 subscribers or 1,500 subscribers, we're talking about pennies. The private investigator costs 10 times more than that person's going to probably make in the next 2 years.
Yeah, why would they do that? So weird.
You know why they did it? Because the private investigator was a YouTuber and he had his own channel, and that was content for his channel. That's what I reckon went on there.
That was their idea of a collab.
Maybe it's like a future TV show. They're just doing pilot episodes and. That'd be interesting. I think they should make a TV show about YouTubers.
Hollywood asked in the chat there, and that's Joe's wife. She's asking at CreatorCast, what is in short form your biggest challenge on YouTube? I'd have to say the biggest challenge is keeping a live stream live because of the internet. That's my biggest challenge anyway. as part of CreatorCast, hashtag tech is hard.
Yeah. Some merch coming out. Hashtag tech is hard.
Yes. Now
I find being fresh is hard. I find being fresh and original.
I thought you said fresh.
You do something new. Yeah, I know. I sounded like one of those commercials, like on Family Guy, where they make fun of it. I know already. As soon as I get on there's my blunder. The box and the fresh put us together.
I know the commercial you're talking about on Family.
I actually disagree. For me, it's time because I have so many ideas and so many things I want to do, and how to put the channel out, or how to put our content to more audiences. I just don't have enough hours in a day to manage to do all that is in my head, and or I need more people or more hours or something, because social media takes so much time in order to promote our channel. But then I want to do so many other things as well. It's almost like I need more hands.
Like, we find the copying's unbelievable, and people they're trying to build their channel and they're looking down instead of ahead. And it's like, okay, these guys made a couple of new subscribers this week doing this. We're going to be that kind of a channel this week. Oh, wait, this guy's doing this. We got to be like them. That's the only way to get ahead. And how can an audience follow you when you veer? You can grow and make changes, but you still need a game plan. You still can't be 1 week a mechanic channel, the next week a game show, and the next week a this and a that.
Yeah.
And I'm watching some of these channels, and then they're like, well, I don't know. They're getting these spikes and down and up, and the algorithm is turning against them in the end for it. You got to pick a path. Yes, you can make a major change, but you better think long and hard and make sure you're not going to want to go back in a week. Like, if I'm making this veer, get ready for a lull as you rebuild it, and don't go moving again. You got to see it
That's
through.
true. That's true. Are you?
I've often wondered if you should. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say on that note, did you? I touched on it before, but I don't think we got an answer. Did you? Are you guys doing this full time, or are you both got jobs as well that you're doing?
Well, we are a video and photography business in Montreal under PUSA Studios.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite recall if I asked that and we got the answer. I think we dropped the frames at that point as well.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we do. You can see our cinematics. If you go back, we do have a bunch of cinematics. We actually got picked up by a Russian media outlet. They're going to use my Canada Railway video on Via Rail for 150 years. It got picked up 2 months ago by one of the biggest Russian media outlets. It's going to be part of their Canada series.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I still
TV,
do photography. We do weddings and we do portraits and families and stuff. I was top 20 emerging photographer by Photo Life magazine a year before the last and stuff. So we're still doing it. Yeah, thank you.
Are there a lot of Russians coming to Canada?
Montreal is one of the bigger Russian populations.
Yeah.
Since World War II, it was kind of a haven. So it's mostly Jewish Russians that came here because of fleeing World War II. But yeah, there's a large
French. I thought it was hugely French.
Oh yeah, we got lots. We got lots of French here.
Montreal really is like little. It's the best place to see Europe without leaving North America. It is a lot of that flair, and coming from Europe, I can feel it right away, like in everything that's going on, the festivals and everything. Yeah, for sure.
Even the
one thing I was going to ask when you talked about time, I was wondering if like I noticed that there's a weird trend around this time of year where people don't typically watch as much as far as like daily vlogs or like whereas in the spring or the summer people are like kind of on fire watching, keeping it updated and all that stuff, and then it just kind of drops down at this time. And I always wonder, like, should this be like a time, like should you have like seasons, or like you can have like a break on your channel where I'll be back in a month, or like this is the end of the season and I'll be back in a month. That way you can either create content and make it easier to pump out, or you just actually take a month off where you can have a real life, like.
Funny you're asking, being in Australia right now, because we were talking about that a couple of months ago before our summer started, because we have more viewers and all of that, at least on this side of the world, through the winter. People are more watching things, there are more viewers usually.
It's colder, so they're in-house more.
Well, I'm thinking more like the Christmas time. People are busy doing stuff like that. Like
Christmas is going to be a bit harder.
Christmas, yes, but in general, winter is more time to watch. And then what we did in the summer, we actually were saying people should more focus on people overseas, people in Australia, New Zealand, where you do have winter at the time. And we have a lot of channel coming from Australia, New Zealand, from.
We even went after them more. We started hitting more live streams where we could meet people from that area, trying to build up onto it, and it helped a lot. It really did.
And to answer your other side of the question, we actually did take time off in the summer. That's why we only have interviews. We did them in spring, and we're doing them now. But through the summer, we didn't have any interviews. We had shout outs, but we had 2 weeks off completely.
And then another 2.5
weeks. And then another 2.5 weeks. It was all on.
And it helped our channel. We came back, and people that didn't take, I don't want to say take us for granted, but they kind of like, well, Push is going to be there. All of a sudden, they were like messaging us. My God, where are you guys? I got nothing to watch. One person wrote, I had to break down and watch TV last night. I love that. That meant the world to me. I have it plastered in my head. I'll never forget it. It meant the world to me. But we're more like a talk show. We are kind of like internet TV to a lot of people. Yeah. That's why we always say we're becoming more and more like a morning talk show in the evening.
Yeah. Or like a radio show. Like for us, it's morning. Like if people are driving to work, it's like instead of,
that's right.
Yeah,
100%. We have a guy in England, My Japanese Lifestyle UK. He's got his partner hooked on us now because they listen to us every morning when they're on their way to go into London to work.
Yeah, carpooling every morning with us.
They send us their selfie on the Blue Ridge group of them driving into work with their coffees and stuff like that, or in a coffee shop. I'm proud of that. I love that. I love that they have an emotional investment into us because we bared ourselves. So when we almost lost our channel, or we had a channel a couple of months ago really screwing with us, he accused us of using bots and all that. And they weren't mad that they screwed.
Sorry, you got to read
Look what AJ just wrote in the chat.
That's what I'm reading it.
369. Sorry, that was just too funny.
No, that's so egg, Joe. He's done that to me more times in a serious interview. And I'll see something in the corner of his eye, and I'm just like, oh God, Joey. So I feel bad. I'm laughing when they're talking seriously.
So many Canadians that are big YouTubers and even smaller YouTubers or whatever. Like, do you run into them? Do you see them on the streets a lot? Do you?
Because Canada's so small.
No. But I mean, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean it like oh, you just see Peter McKinnon randomly on the street. It's more like, is it easy to collaborate? Like, do you would you just be like, hey, Joe, come on, let's hang out for?
We'd love to, but it's still 500 kilometer away, and we'd be there already. We'd be sitting in the seat with you guys. So
Absolutely.
One of my bucket lists.
We have. We met up with people in the summer, actually, while we were off YouTube.
Yeah, I come from this tiny little town of 300. Ends up this other guy, Jason Woodpigeon, was coming there to fish with his father-in-law for the first time. It's like this freak of nature chance to get together.
So they spent the whole day with us, and we did some video, but mostly just were hanging out. And we like doing that, but really there is not so many in Montreal. There's more in Toronto. Than there is, and it's still, a couple hours away. Yeah. But we're always open. If anybody passes here or goes through Montreal, just message us. We're always open.
We'll definitely
have you had any brand deals reach out to you yet? Or, I mean, I think that's the next big thing instead of making money through, the advertising. You're going to start getting brand deals more and more. And have you guys had that?
Well, that's in our game plan, and that's where we're leading to go. And we're trying to bring in more high-profile guests this year to kind of boost it up for that, because we're getting close to 5,000. I think that's where we can really start to get to, And we brought in Doug Tenaple. He's the creator. Do you guys remember the video game Earthworm Jim?
I don't. Oh, wait, Earthworm Jim. Yes.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, we had the creator on the other night who created it, and he was our guest on. He's talked about sitting at Steven Spielberg's pitching ideas, and he had his own CBS show and
SpongeBob Christmas Edition, and all Jurassic Park video game, and so on. Yeah.
And Monday night we have an Emmy award-winning guest. We have the host, the guy who was the host of the VH1 That Metal Show, and HBO's Inside NFL is going to be with us. And
dude, you guys are on the verge. You guys are going to blow up. I'm excited for you. I mean, I'm going to be on the show on Wednesday too.
That's right.
You're going to be right after that. But talking about the brands too, we are.
It's so funny.
I just wanted to mention because what?
I love you just bulldoze your. I love it.
Because you say that I am interrupting you because you never let me speak.
This is what we love about the CreatorCast format is we can get people on here that can just be themselves and not have to feel that professional need. Because
That's right. I love this. I love it.
Over here.
There is I don't know if you're familiar with Canva website where you can do graphic designs, canva.com.
Yeah.
Well, they actually reached out to us and invited us to be their Canva certified creatives, which we are right now.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So thank you. So this is our first big deal, so to say, and hopefully our community can benefit from that as well. So we're very proud of that one.
Yeah. Does that mean you sell an affiliate product through their website? Is that how you pitch that, or?
No, they actually they give discounts. They give things that we can eventually offer to our community as well. We also are part of a private group where they give all the updates, latest ones, and we can actually suggest updates to their newest 2.1 program, 2.0 program now. And it's more. We actually talk with the owners and designers of the program, and it's an interactive way of creating the new version of it, and can ask any questions and so on. So
cool.
So we're definitely looking forward to more work with them, and hopefully get someone from them also on our Tech Talk Tuesday to talk more about what can be done with within their website and graphic design in general.
This season is part of our 12-month plan, and this season is all based about preparing ourselves so we can approach sponsors, that we can say we've had this person, that person.
Yeah.
We've had this growth. This is now we have a set format, the way we do things, and you'll notice anybody's been following us for a bit, we're becoming more regulated in our times. This is such and such a time for the opener. Blue Wrench Group selfies, we're getting into this. updates, all that stuff. We're streamlining that this season. That's our whole
Smart.
Yeah, we have started talks with some of the people, like for example, some coffee companies, because we always drink coffee 24/7. So hopefully that will work out.
That's how we do that. You're asking how we do it successfully.
Where's that?
Coffee.
We do. We drink it more than water. So.
Yep. She'll go to bed after it's done, and I'll be up till 4 a.m. doing other live streams, getting us noticed, talking about what we do, stuff like that. And we kind of work in shift work together.
I'm not doing the pee-pee dance. It's actually just, it's getting hot up. Like it's just hitting 12:30 p.m. and it's getting a little hot. So I'm feeling like I need to jump in the pool soon. So, but we could probably wrap it up because I'm gonna be on your show. You guys should have Ben on your show at some point too. He's got.
And we would love to have you. Here's an open offer right now. I hope we can get in touch with you. We'd love to.
I would love that. You guys have just earned a sub from me in the sense that I've just been listening to you talk, and I haven't really watched much of your channel, but I'm about to after we finish this, and I would love to be on your show. Thank you so much.
It'd be our pleasure.
That would be amazing.
And we should connect you with Jonathan Creaky. He works in the industry and he knows a lot. He stopped working in like the like for the news, like the news agency. Sorry, what do they call that?
He's a journalist, an ex-journalist.
And so he started a YouTube channel, and it's growing slowly, but he's got so much valuable information. He could really do a lot. You should have him on the show as well because he
that'll be awesome.
And one last point, that's what we do. We bring all communities together. That's why we want it varied. We want the guys from the mechanics, the knitting, everybody to learn from each other and kind of grow by kind of connecting real creators, getting to know all these other different groups that are out there.
Thank you so much.
That'd be great. I've got a particular question I want to pitch to you as well when I'm on your show, so that could be a good discussion. Yeah. I've been saving it.
And if you guys haven't, I don't know if you have Facebook or whatever, but you should check out our Facebook group, CreatorCast, because that's where a lot of us.
Yeah, we're in already.
Excellent. That's awesome. Well, yeah, that way you can post things and let us know when you're live too, so we can all come over. And a lot of Australians on that one, so that it when it does reach summertime there, and you want to. Sorry, it's really confusing. All right. No. Anyways,
now,
we can wrap this up, and
I feel like you guys, Danny and our guests, won't be able to hear this at this point, but the outro bass line to CreatorCast is playing as we're talking. So at some point, we will just end this stream. I want to say thank you for you guys coming on. It was really nice hearing you chat. Really nice hearing about your channel. Look forward to the future between all of us. You wanted to reach to Australians. I think you've just done that. Danny, thanks for this heads up for these lovely guys on this great channel. Yeah. Danny, would you like to say any final words?
See you next time. See you on the Wednesday night midweek chat. We get the Google Hangouts going, and Wednesday morning for anyone in Canada, like super early probably. I don't know what the time is. And then I'm excited to be on your show, guys. PUSA.
Thanks, fellas. And we are clear. The end slate is playing, and we are pretty much done. That's really confusing because you guys don't know that's happening, but I